In South LA, living inside storm drains conditions, and we'll tell you what the city is saying about this morning.
And in the aftermath of a deadly plane collision in New York, the feds step in to take over the investigation. We'll update you on what they found so far.
Also, LAUSD may remove Cesar Chavez from the names of 2 schools. We'll have more on that story. But let's first get to start with a look at the warm weather. Good morning.
Good morning. We do have another warm afternoon in store for us here across SoCal. We are starting off this morning with some cool conditions depending on where you are, but more relevant is going to be the fog that's in place and those clouds. Here's a look at our visibility. It is very similar to yesterday in this hour. Santa Barbara, Camarillo, as well as Santa Monica into Burbank, our visibility under that 10-mile radius. So we're even seeing it stretch as far as portions of the Inland Empire from Ontario down and through Corona. We are going to see that fog, but also those hazy conditions turn around once we start to push into the back half of our morning. So with the clouds in place in the downtown LA area, temperatures currently at 63 degrees. Our winds are continuing on the calm side. And Van Nuys, let's check in across the San Fernando Valley, right? Still clouds in place as well. Temperatures at 58 degrees, and you also have a calm wind pattern. As we do get through today, our temperatures in our mountains are going to top out in the 70s. We'll have a lot more 70s along the coast as well. Very similar to yesterday, as I said, LA, we're going for another day in the 80s, and we'll have some of those upper 80s as well as the low 90s into the Inland Empire, as well as into our high deserts in our San Fernando Valley area. Our low deserts are going to be the warm spots for today, with those temperatures topping out in the upper 90s. We have a cool down on the way. It does arrive for us rather soon. I'll have those details coming up. For now, back to you.
Thank you, Star. Only on Fox 11 this morning, community advocates are calling on LA City Hall to help homeless people who've been seeking shelter underground.
Let's get out to Mario. He's live in South LA with the latest on this. Mario.
Dangerous conditions underground, and residents here in this Broadway, Manchester neighborhood of South LA say it's only getting worse. They say the homeless have moved underground into sewage drains like this one for shelter, an extreme reality of LA's homeless crisis. Take a look. Cameras captured a woman climbing out of this uncovered manhole Monday afternoon, and what's below the street where she's been living is hard to believe. Inside this storm drain, piles of trash, human waste, and a strong stench that we could even smell from across the street. Neighbors, meanwhile, say they've been sounding the alarm here for months. One nearby resident with the local nonprofit Clean LA with me says he's seen multiple people emerging from the sewer drain while cleaning the street and is calling on the city to take action.
I can't explain that. You know, a person living like a rat, worse than a rat. Come on, I've been telling, nobody deserves to live like this.
Pisses me off. That's why I was like, what y'all doing? Finna tell them to clean it up? And you can only do so much, I can only do so much. Like, you know, we can't do it by ourselves. Like, they need to come and do this.
In response, the mayor's office calling the situation here tragic and unacceptable, saying it's the result of years of system failures. They also say street homelessness is down 17% in the last 2 years, but admit there's still a lot more work to do, and city crews are expected to be out here at some point today, likely with outreach workers. And back out here, just down the street from 88th and Grand, there's a sprawling encampment just under the freeway there. This exact area, part of a joint cleanup effort about 6 months ago with the city and state moving in, but residents say, and we've seen it, the homeless activity remains here. In South LA, I'm Mario Ramirez. Back to you.
All right, Mario, thank you. Breaking this morning, American academic Dennis Coyle is free after more than a year in Taliban custody. Authorities in Kabul released Coyle today as a gesture to mark the end of the Muslim holiday Ramadan, also following appeals from his family and U.S. officials. The Colorado native was taken from his home in Kabul last January. While over 100 Americans have been freed under the Trump administration, the U.S. is still demanding the return of others.
Welcome home. We continue to follow developments regarding Iran this morning, including confusion over possible peace talks and growing concerns about the impact on global oil prices.
A lot of moving parts here and a lot of mixed messaging coming from both sides. We have Araxia here in studio tracking the latest for us. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, there's definitely some confusion right now when it comes to potential peace talks. President Trump saying negotiations with Iran are happening and even suggested there's been some progress, but Iranian officials are pushing back, saying those claims are simply not true, and no talks are currently underway. So at this point, it is unclear whether they're quiet behind-the-scenes efforts happening or if both sides are just far apart on what diplomacy even looks like right now. All of this coming as tensions remain high and stakes continue in parts of the region with no clear sign yet of things calming down. All of that uncertainty is having a real impact then, of course, on oil and gas prices. We are seeing crude jump back up above $100 a barrel as markets react to the possibility of supply disruptions tied to this conflict. A major concern right now is the Strait of Hormuz. This is that critical passageway where about a fifth of the world's oil supply moves through. Any threat to that route can quickly send prices even higher, as you know by now, and that is something that analysts are watching extremely closely. In this, the situation does continue. If it does escalate, experts say here in the U.S., drivers could start to feel that real impact at the pump sooner than later. Many people saying they feel it even right now. We'll, of course, continue to watch the situation closely and see how things develop throughout the morning.
All right, Araxia, thank you. Also developing this morning, investigators will begin analyzing the black box today after that deadly collision between an Air Canada jet and a fire truck at New York's LaGuardia Airport. So new footage shows the plane colliding with the fire truck late Sunday night. Authorities say the fire truck was crossing the tarmac after being given permission to check on a different plane that had aborted its takeoff. The crash killed the pilot and co-pilot and sent dozens of people, including the two people in the fire truck, to the hospital. One of the pilots has been identified as 30-year-old Antoine Foray from Quebec, Canada. One passenger described what the moment of impact felt like.
The brakes were kind of being hit in a way that was very hard. It was just a very loud bang. And we all pretty much just didn't know whether we were going to make it.
There is a lot of debris. We need to go through all of that and to figure out what we need to take back to the NTSB, to our labs, what we might want to collect. First and foremost, what we need to take pictures of to document that evidence. That's all evidence. And we need to document that first. Then we need to collect some of that evidence. Then we get to that. It's going to be days.
Officials say an air traffic controller gave the fire truck permission to cross the active runway, but then ordered it to stop when it didn't. A flight attendant was ejected from the plane while still strapped to her seat. She was found alive 300 feet away from the plane.
As many as 150 ICE agents have been deployed to airports across the U.S. to help TSA workers during the partial government shutdown. Hundreds of thousands of Homeland Security workers, including from the TSA, Secret Service, and Coast Guard, have been working without pay since Congress failed to renew funding for the Department of Homeland Security more than 5 weeks ago. That has led many TSA agents to call in sick or even quit. The budget stalemate has brought about long lines at many security checkpoints. For now, no ICE agents have been deployed to any airports in California.
The LA Unified School Board will hold a special meeting today.
The members will begin the process of changing the names of schools that were named after Cesar Chavez. Gigi Graciette is live in San Fernando with the details on this. Gigi.
That's right. That meeting set to start at 9:30 this morning at LA Unified School District headquarters on Beaudry. You are looking live at the Cesar Chavez Learning Academy here on Arroyo Street in San Fernando, one of the two schools that the board will consider changing the name of. This is no surprise. The LA Unified School District Board of Education said they were going to be considering changing a lot of things in light of the allegations of sexual abuse made against the late labor leader. Today, this special meeting will consider a proposal that calls for the start of a formal process to rename the Cesar Chavez Learning Academy here in San Fernando and Cesar Chavez Elementary School in El Sereno. The board says it's going to be seeking input from students, parents, and educators on the renaming, and all suggestions must be brought to them for approval no later than this fall. The move comes as school districts, cities, and public agencies across the country are reassessing honors tied to Chavez following the allegations made against him. The school board is also proposing changing the Cesar Chavez Day on March 31st to Farm Workers Day across the district. It is Chavez's birthday, of course, March 31st, and it is a state and school holiday. And again, this is something we're seeing happen across the country, the renaming of holidays, campuses, and public landmarks. And bringing it back here live, this school day just getting underway. Class is set to start at 8:30 this morning. We talked to a student off camera, and he said that kids have been talking about having their school renamed. He wasn't exactly sure how he felt about it. I'm sure we'll see what happens. We'll send it back to you.
Yeah, discussions will take place, no doubt, Gigi.
Thank you, Gigi.
Thank you. Still ahead, renowned LA artist Robert Vargas unveiling a new mural in Torrance today. It honors Japanese culture and the Dodgers. We'll give you a sneak peek.
Spoiler alert. It's going to be a good one. Also, a Southern California town rejected In-N-Out. We're going to tell you why they might be changing their minds. A big mistake, huge, as Julia Roberts once said. First, though, let's get over to Stu for a check on our morning commute. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Somebody rejected In-N-Out. This is unheard of for sure. Skyfox traffic brought to us by My Home Sold. Still stuck on the In-N-Out thing. Anyways, clearly we have weather out here. We cannot fly, but you all probably still need to get to places. And traffic's what we're all about this morning. Let's take a look at some traffic hotspots to get you where you need to be.
Hello, I'm Adrian Hernandez with MyHomeSold.com, and we want to buy your house cash. We'll give you a cash offer for your house today. Sell your house the easy way with no commissions, no fees, no repairs. For free, no obligation, cash offer. Go to MyHomeSold.com.
Our top stories this morning, jurors are struggling to reach a verdict in a high-profile lawsuit accusing YouTube and Meta of using addictive practices that allegedly harmed a young woman's mental health. The jury began deliberating on March 13th, but told the judge they're deadlocked on one defendant. If unresolved, a partial retrial might be needed.
A debate for California's race for governor is now off. USC canceled today's forum after facing backlash over which candidates were invited. Critics say the debate left out every major candidate of color. State leaders and excluded candidates that pushed out of the event for the event to be opened up. They pushed for the event to be opened up to more people. USC says it could not reach an agreement to expand the stage.
Rideshare drivers plan to rally in LA and 4 other California cities today to call for stronger state regulations on self-driving taxis or robo-taxis. The LA rally starts at 11 o'clock this morning on Main Street downtown. Gig drivers and community activists say new legislation is needed to close critical regulatory gaps.
LA city leaders are expected to approve a big upgrade to the LAX expansion project. The LA City Council set to take a vote today that would greenlight the project's budget from $13 million to an extra $250 million. The goal is to ease the traffic loop with bigger pickup zones, wider sidewalks. Where's the room to even widen anything? They also want improved drop-offs. Okay. It's all, I have a lot of thoughts on this. It's all part of getting the airport ready for the 2028 Olympics, giving travelers a much-needed upgrade.
Improved drop-off. It's a vague term.
First of all, there's 2 loops. There's an inside
and the
track.
inner loop,
No one
uses the inner loop.
Put all the buses and the drop off, let the passengers go on the other loop.
I'm with you.
Loop.
I'm with you.
No one's using that inside loop.
Use that inner loop.
Come on, LAX.
Moving on to the latest creation by LA's own artist and muralist and friend of the show, Robert Vargas. He's unveiling a new Dodgers mural in Torrance this morning, just in time for opening day. The mural honors the Japanese-born players who become fan favorites. So we're talking Shohei Ohtani, Roki Sasaki, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. This is a time lapse of his new mural. I mean, by the way, he does all of this at staggering heights. No projector. The talent is beyond comprehension. Later on this morning, we're going to bring you the unveiling live.
Yeah, he's nonstop.
Nonstop.
He is nonstop. I wonder what number mural this is for him here. I mean, he's got a lot.
He does.
We have to ask him, so we'll check in with him a little later. Shohei Ohtani's World Baseball Classic jersey just set an auction record. The jersey he wore during Japan's 13-0 win over Chinese Taipei in March of 2023 sold for $1.5 million on Sunday. In that game, Ohtani hit a grand slam and drove in 5 runs. Ohtani memorabilia continues to soar in value, with recent items like cards and home run balls selling for millions at auctions. Dodger fans have a tasty reason to cheer this season. Panda Express is bringing back its popular promotion tied to Dodgers home wins. After every home victory, fans can grab a 2-item Panda plate for $7 the next day. The deal starts with the home opener and runs all season long. It's exclusive to Panda Rewards members who can redeem it through the app.
Yum, yum.
Let me tell you, that orange chicken.
It slaps.
Orange chicken. I don't know what it is with that orange chicken.
Yeah, it's real good. I like it sweet and sour myself.
The orange chicken also has like a little crunch to it.
Yeah.
Right?
What about a sesame chicken?
Sesame's good. But that orange chicken, man.
Orange chicken. They got the beef and broccoli. The green
Yeah.
the whole menu over there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, yes. When you have a 13-year-old son that eats like
oh my gosh,
starting lineup, you got to know these.
Your grocery haul alone must be just staggering.
Yes, I'm like, you just ate.
Yeah.
What? Oh my goodness. He's like, eats all his plate and then works towards mine. I'm like, see me hiding while eating. Let's talk about this weather, right? We do have two systems that are influencing our weather pattern today. Obviously, we have this big H here, this high pressure system. This is what is keeping our temperatures steadily above their averages, not just last week, but also moving into this week. And then we have that little bitty low pressure system down there. That's responsible for our marine layer, really bringing in that onshore flow there. So allowing for this cloud cover, but also that foggy, dense fog out there. Still very patchy. Not everyone's seeing it. It is along a lot of our coast, but also into some of our interior neighborhoods. As we continue to push past the 7 o'clock hour into the 8, 9, 10 o'clock hour, our fog will have dissipated, and then we'll get some of that sunshine. Some of us may hold on to that haze a little bit longer, especially along some of our coastal areas, but as we move into this afternoon, it will be worth it because we are going to get plenty of sunshine and warm up. We are going to fast forward through this afternoon and into our evening hours, and then boom, the patchy fog. It is right back. It will be on repeat through most of this week. With our heat advisories in place, they are going to be subject for areas west of LA, not including the LA basin here. This is going to be until the 8 o'clock hour this evening. We can expect to see those temperatures ranging from the upper 80s and possibly a few 90s scattered up there as well. If you are in the Anaheim area, getting rid of those partly cloudy skies, switching to mostly sunny by this afternoon, and then we are expecting your temperatures to top off in the upper 70s to low 80s. We will be looking at a little bit more heat across the Inland Empire. This is a look into Riverside's day planner. Sunshine in full effect there. Temperatures similar to where we were yesterday. That is going to put us with our temps in the upper 80s to low 90s. Get out there and enjoy. Beautiful Tuesday. We'll be right back after this break.
Drug maker Pfizer and Valneva will submit an experimental Lyme disease vaccine to the FDA for approval. The pharmaceutical companies say the vaccine reduced tick-borne infections by more than 70% in advanced trials. If approved, it would become the only Lyme disease vaccine for people and the first since another vaccine was pulled in 2002 due to adverse side effects and poor sales. Lyme disease is spread by ticks and can cause fever, fatigue, and skin rashes.
Buellton, California is giving In-N-Out Burger another shot. So after rejecting plans for a location in 2023 because of traffic concerns, the small city in Santa Barbara County is now working with the chain on a new proposal. The restaurant would be built on a vacant lot, better suited for traffic. If approved, it would fill a 70-mile gap of In-N-Outs along Highway 101. Wow!
Whoa.
An In-N-Out desert. The city's planning commission will review the project in April. I didn't think they existed in California.
I can see why people would be against it, or locals would be, because Buellton, it's a little rustic, and it's wine country. So, and those people are not.
Yeah, but you know what pairs well with wine?
I know, but these
big
people are just stopping. It's like that one in Vacaville, like on the 5 freeway, like you're going up to San Francisco and everybody pulls off the freeway just to go to the In-N-Out and it's completely packed. It's like the only thing there.
Yeah. I think it's going to do well.
Yeah. But if you live there and you imagine the traffic for everyone just trying to get their In-N-Outs on the road,
sure,
their little roadies.
But then you live next to an In-N-Out. So it's like right?
I guess so. 70 miles, wow.
There's benefits.
That is like that's like a food desert. Turns out children are not the only people who want a basket of sweet goodies for Easter. A survey by the candy maker Ferrero Group reveals 66% of adults say they deserve an Easter basket.
They deserve one.
Just as much as children do. Not only that, over 35% admit to eating their kids' candy from the basket.
Yeah, I've done that.
With many parents arguing Easter is the superior time for candy over Halloween.
Well, yeah, it is. You know why? Because they just have better, there's the quality of the chocolate I feel like is better
for Easter. Yeah. You're not just getting the...
You have the milk chocolate. You have the bunnies that are the hollow please.
The Cadbury
We're not doing
eggs.
solids. The Cadbury egg.
Do you like the Cadbury egg? Yes.
I love the Cadbury egg.
So good.
Yeah. And then the Reese's eggs. Heck
yes,
yeah.
Those are good too.
Always bangers. All right. Still ahead, Coco is at Second Harvest Food Bank this morning. They're doing great things over there, Coco.
Good morning. They really are doing great things. And we're also talking about how food insecurity is on the rise and the way that you can help people in the Orange County community.
So yesterday when I was at the Trader Joe's.
Twice? Once.
Just went once.
Okay.
And I was looking, they still had the little bags.
The mini totes.
The mini totes.
Yeah.
But they were putting out the bigger toast, the lavender. And then there was a big sign that said special edition or something
I
like
prefer
that.
the larger toast.
Limited edition.
Yeah. I will tell you, though.
Do you really need these?
These suburban moms will go feral for a Trader Joe's bag.
Yes, I missed that first wave, and I didn't really care. And then, yeah, like last week I was up in Trader Joe's.
Right,
and
see?
I was like, wait, what is this? And the little girls were like running to grab. I was like, you can have it. Wow. You can have it.
Right.
So you didn't get any?
I did. I got one.
Yeah.
I didn't care about the color. It was like there was like only a few more lavender ones left. I was like, what the pink, green? I don't care.
Whatever.
Just give me one.
I have people that go to their Trader Joe's to get me stuff. Like our producer, Carol, got me the body wash I wanted because mine is always out. Mine's always sold out of everything. So, Bob, I might text you later.
There's a surplus.
You have your soldiers that are out there looking for you.
The secret is, I don't know what it is, but the West Hollywood Trader Joe's, there's always like a surplus there.
Well, now the secret's out.
Yeah, right, now that you say that.
Right.
Okay, what are we in for? A little bit of a milder heat wave, I guess?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. You know, last week we had those consecutive days of 95+ degree temperatures. In fact, I was talking about how it was the first time in record keeping since the 1800s that we saw consecutive days of 95 degrees and plus in the month of March. So set some new records there. This week we are not going as extreme. We still do have high pressure in place, but this week we are going to be bringing it down. So we are expecting to be in the 80s, but through the rest of this week, we also have that low pressure system we just saw that is responsible for dragging in our hazy conditions for us through this morning. Through most of our week, we can expect to have that in place. So if you need to, go ahead and plan. Here's a look at our visibility issues. Burbank looks like an issue up there if you're headed up towards the airport. And then we also have the Santa Barbara area being impacted. Our highs today for the coastline expected to be in the 70s for our inland Orange County, LA area, 84 degrees. If you're in the valleys in the Inland Empire, we are looking at our temperatures in the upper 80s once again today. Back to you.
All right, Star, thank you very much. We do have breaking news. This happened overnight. A massive 2-alarm fire tearing through a home in Tustin. Look at the flames there. Massive flames. We're getting this video from the Orange County Fire Authority. This is coming from a home on Marshall Lane. Firefighters arrived there around 1 to find the house fully engulfed, with flames shooting through the roof and threatening nearby homes. Crews tried to get it under control just before the roof collapsed. One person had to be rushed to the hospital. At last check, investigators are still at the scene there, searching for a cause.
This morning, the Trump administration has made a big energy deal. The energy company Total Energies is moving nearly $1 billion away from offshore wind projects approved under the Biden administration and putting it into U.S. oil and natural gas projects instead. The Interior Department says this shift will help provide affordable, steady energy and strengthen national security. Total Energies also said it will stop planning new offshore wind projects in the U.S.
The Trump administration has set up a Christopher Columbus statue near the White House on the grounds of the Eisenhower Executive Office building. This is a replica of the statue that was tossed into Baltimore's harbor in 2020 during nationwide protests against racism. Trump has embraced a more favorable and traditional view of the controversial explorer, despite some states, including California, replacing Columbus Day celebrations with Indigenous People Day.
Locally, a different kind of construction project will make it safer for Wilmington residents to walk to their new waterfront park in the Port of LA. Officials broke ground on the project a couple of years ago, but come Monday, construction can get going on building the Avalon Bridge project and gateway to the 9-acre Wilmington waterfront promenade. The LAist reports the 380-foot bridge will give pedestrians and bicyclists a way to safely cross over working rail lines and avoid port traffic to get to the promenade. The bridge project should be completed by 2028.
That whole area down there in the Port of LA, in the Wilmington area, there's lots of redevelopment there. In fact, one of the World Cup, when they have the World Cup, they're going to have one of the big celebrations there.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're going to see the whole fabric of the city is going to change come 2028.
I love when we meet people out and about from different cities. You know, like we met Monica from Menifee.
That's right, Monica from Menifee. She's probably watching right now.
I know, and I love, if anyone's from Wilmington watching us, send us a message. You have the magic touch today when you ask for things.
When I asked for the guinea pig. And
yeah. We got the cockatoo, a guinea pig.
Now.
Yeah. If it's a guinea pig in Wilmington, I'll faint. Okay. Entertainment is sponsored by Yamaha Resort and Casino. People are still watching season 4 of Bridgerton, but we've got some big news for season 5 as it's going to feature its first LGBTQ leads. Leads. Quote, do not fret, dearest readers, for a certain countess shall find love again, reads a press release that Netflix distributed this morning. The romance series will follow Francesca and Michaela, the show's first LGBTQ focus. Francesca and Michaela's storyline represents one of the more complex ones in the books, which the Shondaland series is set to explore further. Season 5 is now in production in London. All right, Disney Channel fans, a special kind of anniversary is taking over streaming tonight. Did you know that there are some people on God's green earth that did not know that Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana were the same person?
No.
They are?
Yeah, right.
Oh, Bob.
They are. So Miley Cyrus is putting back on the blonde wig for a very special anniversary.
We have so many shared memories. We actually grew up together.
I hear heels and they're not mine. What Disney boy did you have the biggest crush on at the time?
Get the tea kettle.
Ooh, get the tea kettle. Okay. It's the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special. The special is going to feature a musical performance, of course, from Cyrus herself, dressed as Hannah Montana, plus an interview with Alex Cooper and an exclusive look at the archives. Even her dad, Billy Ray Cyrus, will also make an appearance. The special will premiere on Disney Plus and Hulu tonight. Yes. Okay. So yesterday,
I was getting these texts as they were live.
Real time. I was getting my nails done, and I see this beautiful blonde woman walk in, and I think to myself, she looks like Carolyn Bessette. Oh, that's Sarah Pigeon, who plays Carolyn Bessette in Ryan Murphy's Love Story on FX. So I'm texting Bob and Jen. Oh my gosh, there she is. I'm trying to take a photo of her. But then I said to them, I really want to ask her for a photo.
Yeah, and I said, you're witty. Say something witty.
Right, and we're at a nail salon.
You have to ask.
Which, by the way, it's like episode 1 all over again.
Episode 1 all over again. So I posted the picture on my Instagram, and then we got this comment. Need you to talk about this encounter tomorrow on Good Day. You got it, Betty. So yes, she walked in. She was seated right across from me, getting, if you watch the show, her nails painted red. Red. Could not have been lovelier. Super nice. I asked her for that selfie. I talked about her performance. And listen, I know that I interview celebrities all the time. I did get a wee bit starstruck.
I will say, like, you know, props to you for approaching and talking to them, because I would not have the cojones to do that, frankly.
You speaking Spanish?
I would have just watched which shade of red. It was a Cajun shrimp. Like, which shade was it?
Oh, man, she had some red options. She's super beautiful, super friendly. If you want to check out Love Story, the finale is this week, but all the other 8 episodes are on right now. Here's a little taste of it.
There's your world. And then there's mine.
There she is. Just as pretty in person. Super nice. I told her that her future is very bright. I also invited her on Good Day LA. So Sarah, if you're watching, or if your publicist is watching,
open door invitation.
Open door.
Always.
And I'm sure you'll have the best nails when you come in. Because we go to a good place, but I'll keep that.
You met her when? Because she's just gonna.
It's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Super down to earth, super friendly. Okay, our poll question of the day. Oh, I'm sorry. I was wearing a white button down, and she told me I was giving Carolyn vibes. Yeah. Ultimate compliment, by the way. Yeah, thank you.
Game recognizes game.
Thank you. Are you happy with your work raises? 58% say no. Long overdue. And then we've got a 3-way split on the 14%. Some have never gotten one. Go to foxlay.com/vote to let us know.
Okay.
Still waiting for my
you.
raise. Still waiting for my raise.
It's okay. The bosses are watching. They're watching.
They're watching.
All right. Thank you. So, meantime, this Second Harvest Food Bank of Orange County, they really do a lot to help people put food on the table.
When it comes to buying food, you can get more for your buck. We've got Coco live in Irvine with more on this. Hey there.
Good morning. Second Harvest Food Bank really has an important mission to help with food insecurity here in Orange County. And I'm here with Claudia now, the CEO. And first, I know you have something you want to say to Bob. Hi, Bob. We miss you. Hello.
Aw. Hi, Claudia.
Yes, we're here sharing fun Bob stories. Yeah, he says hi back. Yeah, he says he loves you. I know you love him too. We were sharing stories. But we have this really powerful display here that really shows us what we're up against when we go to the grocery store with $25.
Right? $25 doesn't buy what it used to. Here we have 2 chicken wings, a dozen eggs, some really important protein, milk, peanut butter, and some assorted vegetables, right? And this is good. This is healthy food, and our mission is to provide dignified, equitable, and consistent access to nutritious food. So this is critical. When you're thinking about donating to the food bank, however, you want to think in terms of scale, because the problem has gotten that big. So we can come over here and we can see that those same $25 buys more of this goodness and buys more of what we want to get out to people in need, and that's really important.
Yeah, and speaking of the importance, if you can talk about why it's important to have this nutritious food.
Sure. If you think about being on a limited budget, a lot of times you'll buy the cheapest food, but the cheapest food is not always the best food, right? It can be tummy fillers, it can be low carb, they can be high in carbs and low in nutrition. Folks that are on a budget, that are economically struggling, can also have some of the worst health outcomes. And by being a major provider to those folks, we don't want to exacerbate that problem. We want to give them food that helps lift them and get to the next point in their life and move on from this period of food insecurity. So it's really important to give everyone good food.
Yes, and Claudia, we're running out of some time, but I want you to talk about how people can get help.
Sure. There are 2 ways you can find a pantry here in Orange County. You can call 211, which is the helpline for social services. You can even go to our website, www.feedoc.org, click on Need Food, and you'll find a pantry locator with hours of operation, addresses, and that's also a great way to access food.
Thank you so much, Claudia, for talking to us and this demonstration as well. So definitely an important time to make sure you have access to food as food insecurity is on the rise. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Coco, thank you so much. One of IndyCar's biggest stars is heading back to Southern California. He's bringing some serious momentum with him.
Kyle Kirkwood won the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach last year, and now the big question is whether he can pull off a two-peat.
Beach, he has been dominant and crushingly perfect. From pole position to the checkered flag, Kyle Kirkwood wins in Long Beach.
Okay, my heart's pounding just looking at that video.
But we're saying a two-peat, but actually could kind of be a three-peat because you've won it twice before, right? Kyle Kirkwood of Andretti Global is with us now, but of course he's defending the Long Beach Grand Prix title, right?
Exactly. No, that's correct. Yeah, we've won twice now in 4 years, and we're going to be looking to go back-to-back this year just in a few weeks. We're excited to be
Wow.
back. Yeah.
So you were just telling us that the Long Beach course is a very special course.
It is, yeah, and it's due to where it's at, right, in the world. Being in the LA area, it's such a big race. We get over 100,000 people out there, I think, on race day, and it's been a part of IndyCar's history since the 70s. And it's one of our favorite races. I won the 50th, which was a really big deal last year, and now we're now the 51st this season. We're going to be excited to be back, right? Like it's the second biggest on our calendar, and it's a feather in our cap that we all want to get.
But the course itself, right? You say it's because every course is different. But
it is, yeah.
Going through the streets of downtown Long Beach there on Ocean and everything else, it's pretty cool.
It is, right? And it's because you're going, I forget the name of the road that actually you go down, but it has like a big turn in it, and you go around the fountain, and there's some different geometries to the corners that you might find more so on road courses than you would find at a street course, because street courses, typically we're in a city center, there's 90-degree corners, it's kind of hard to see, but Long Beach isn't that. Long Beach, you're going down the water side, you're kind of like going through the marina area there, and the corners, and then you come back up into the city, I guess you could say, and it just makes for a great weekend for us drivers. We all love it, the teams love it, but the fans love it too, because it's very accessible to everybody.
They do these media days where both Bob and I have gotten a chance to be in the passenger seat. I think I had my eyes closed 50% of the time. What does it take? Because I can't even describe the feeling. It's like the G-forces, truly, like, it's a lot. It's overwhelming. What does it take as a driver to manipulate these turns and to do it so precisely and cleanly the way you do?
Well, you're trying to find the limit of what your car will allow you to do, right? And whether that's braking or cornering speed or on power. Our cars have about 800 horsepower and they weigh 1,800 pounds. So they're very, very fast race cars, and they make about 6,000 pounds of downforce. So we're just trying to find the max of everything that's capable to us. Of course, at street courses, you have bumps, you have walls, and if you make a small mistake, you're likely going to hit a concrete wall, and these cars are fragile. So if you hit a wall doing 180, you're likely to destroy a car. So there's a big risk versus reward around a place like Long Beach, but it's why we all love it.
I'm guessing you always have both hands on the wheel, right? You can't do this.
Yeah, I think you saw my hand off the wheel there for a second, but that was to celebrate.
Because you're talking about like the number of fans that are out there, right? So you go around this course, you see the stands and now are you always looking straight ahead and like looking at your gauges and everything, or are you like, hey, look at the
definitely not. No,
I mean, do you notice the fans at all?
We do, and it's not during the race though. Quite honestly, like you have points that you're always focused on. It'd be really interesting if you put like a driver eyes and tracked where they're looking. It's never into the stands. It's never looking out at the people. It's very focused on what you have in front of you and making sure you're hitting all the points on the track. But with that being said, before the race, we get to look up into the stands, wave to everybody, see everyone on a little truck drive around. And then after the race, after you win, of course, you're going to be looking up, waving to all the fans, and hopefully
and what's that like for you?
Donuts. It's great. It's what makes the event so big, are the fans that are there, right? If we didn't have fans, we wouldn't have some of the best jobs in the world, and if the fans weren't there, they wouldn't make the event that it is today. So we need the fans out there, and they're the ones that make the event so special now for over 50 years.
And the attendance keeps growing every year, by the way.
It does, it does. And they keep adding stands, and they keep filling up, so get your tickets soon. Yeah.
All right.
We're going to be watching you and pulling for you.
Awesome, thank you. Hopefully see you guys out there, maybe another two-seater ride.
I'll be watching you go by like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a flash. Kyle, thank you. You can catch him at the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach, April 17th to the 19th, and tickets are available now at gplb.com. All right, now let's go over to Star for a check on traffic. Not moving quite as swiftly as he does.
No, in no way possible. Your Good Day LA traffic is brought to you by Jacob Amrani and calljacob.com. We are looking at a problem area for you in this 8 o'clock hour. That is an accident on the 110 northbound freeway at Gage Avenue. Delays building up to 15 minutes. And then we do have a traffic hazard. This is on the 101 northbound at exit 7. Here's a look at some of your other traffic hotspots.
I looked up and just ran.
Maybe we need to seek somebody who does have the expertise to be able to guide us through the process.
If you're getting to an accident,
you're in good hands by dealing with Jacob and Ron.
Call Jacob.
Welcome back. Your Good Day LA weather is sponsored by Larry H. Parker. A live view out behind me of the Catalina Island area. In the distance, the Casino Museum. Not a bad place to be today. We do have some of that marine layer hugging the area, but by the time that sun is all the way up, it is going to burn some of that energy off, and it will land us with gorgeous sky conditions. We also have some clouds filtering in and across the area. So, of course, at the top of our headlines, morning clouds, and yes, that patchy fog across the area. Now, as we do make our way through the rest of this month, March has been a very interesting one. We are going to do so with those warm conditions, warmer than normal. In fact, we are looking at more 80-degree temperatures into some of our inland communities, and we're going to hold pretty steady in the temperature department through the remainder of this week. In fact, our temperatures today are normal, average 71 degrees. We are coming more than 10 degrees above that for the LA area. We have other areas across the region that will range about 10 to 15 degrees above their averages, and we're not near that record temperature of 94 degrees. Last week we were. We do have a heat advisory that will continue until the 8 p.m. hour, not for the LA area. This is going to be for all of our orange highlighted region here, so including the San Luis Obispo area, where temperatures could range from the 80s into the 90s. Right now, temperatures in Santa Monica, 62 degrees. We do have a nice calm wind out there. Absolutely gorgeous day ahead of us. LA, we're shooting for a high in the 80s, and there's a look at those steady temperatures this week. As we fall into the weekend, those temperatures are going to be falling down as well. Next week, we have a pretty significant cool off with the new system moving in. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Star. All right, a sandwich shop in Costa Mesa is making waves for bringing Korean flavors to bagel sandwiches. In today's Good Day Cafe, we have family-owned Deli Seoul, and co-owner June Hwang is here to show us what is on the menu. June, welcome to the Good Day Cafe.
Thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Of course, and you brought some Good Day bagels with you too. The variety alone. But before we get into the food, I want to talk about your own journey. You left your career in the tech world.
That's right.
To do this.
That's right. I was at Apple for a while, but I wanted to move back home, be closer to my mom.
Irene.
Yeah, that's right.
Beautiful Irene right here behind us.
Looks younger than I do.
Who's working right now.
She's working. That's why she can't be here.
Yeah.
I went to help my mom at her shop and then off time. I ended up staying on, but our lease was ending, so we had to move. At the same time, I suggested to my mom, you know, how about we rebrand, come up with a whole new menu, something that's more unique to us, more Korean-inspired.
I love this.
Something that you can make your own.
Yeah.
She caught on to the idea, worked tirelessly to come up with all these recipes, launched last year of March 2025.
And you put your heart, soul, and some really good ingredients into this. So tell me about your best sellers.
Our best seller from top to bottom is our bulgogi steak and egg.
Right here.
Right here.
Okay, yum.
So this is our homemade bulgogi. We marinate it with top sirloin, so it's very tender, a little bit on the sweet side.
I can see that.
Yeah, and we top it off with a lot of the steak in there, melted pepper jack cheese, some steamed egg, and our own Korean chili mayo that, of course, my mom's own secret recipe.
Oh, Irene, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And moving on, you have Spam.
We have Spam, right, let's see, Spam right over there. It's our sweet glazed Spam, so it's a little bit sweet and savory. Our second best seller is our spicy pork here with the cheese jalapeno bagel to keep with that, you know, that flavor.
Vegetarian, vegan options, right?
That's right. So we do have vegan and vegetarian options. We're also known for that. Here is our marinated tofu and egg with furikake seasoning, Korean chili mayo, and generally on a sourdough bagel to keep it lighter.
I love this. Now, this might be family owned and operated, but your friends inspire you too. This one had my eye. Tell me about this gorgeous little lady right here.
So this one is called the Annie because that's who suggested it. My friend Annie came up with this one. It's turkey, apricot jam, homemade pesto with Swiss. Nice, light, and
I want that one. I want to bite out of that one. And last but not least,
okay, another customer-inspired sandwich. We call it the Soul Surfer because it's our own gochujang tuna, which is Korean chili tuna, crab salad, avocado, tomato, and some mayo on there.
Everything smells so fresh. You got to support local, family-owned businesses. Where can people find you?
In Costa Mesa on 1510 Adams Avenue, Suite B.
Okay, you can follow what's happening at Deli Seoul, also on their Instagram or TikTok at deli.seoul. Thank you, June. I'm going to have a bite of this, and we will be right back.
welcome to 9 a.m. Nice to have you with us. I'm Roxy Carpadian.
And I'm Sandra Endo. Let's take a look at today's top stories.
Underground and out of sight, some people living inside of storm drains, the extreme reality of LA's homeless crisis, and how the city is responding.
Plus, following abuse allegations against Cesar Chavez, LAUSD may remove his name from 2 schools. What's happening in just 30 minutes?
And as we eagerly count down to the FIFA World Cup, hospitality workers get the green light to miss work if ICE agents are present. We have the details on a union letter. First, though, got to check out the weather with Star Harvey. Good morning.
Good morning. We are taking a look at our satellite and radar. Those clouds is still in place. And yes, another dose of that onshore flow, bringing in some more of that patchy fog. Our marine layer will begin to dissipate as we do move into a little bit later this morning. We are seeing some of those impacts, just like yesterday, to our visibility. It is going to be not just along the coast, but also some of our inland communities also seeing some of that energy. And again, the haze will switch out once we do get enough sunshine to burn off that energy. So, yep, the clouds in place in downtown LA. Temperatures right now at 63 degrees, and those winds, they've been pretty calm throughout the morning. And across Van Nuys, same situation. Our winds are calm, temperatures at 61 degrees, and we do have some of that cloud cover in place as well. By the time we get to this afternoon, temperatures ranging about 10 to 15 degrees depending on where you are. That's going to be in the 70s along the coast, as well as our mountains, our inland interior sections. We'll see temperatures in the 80s, as well as a few low 90s will be possible. Back to you.
Star, thank you. Breaking news this morning. An American researcher has been released by the Taliban in Afghanistan. 64-year-old Dennis Coyle had been held captive for more than a year. He was taken from his home in Kabul last January. The foreign ministry statement saying that the release of the Colorado native comes after his family wrote to the country's leadership for a pardon to mark the end of the holy month of Ramadan. The New York Times saying that Coyle's release also comes amid pressure from U.S. State Department.
Now, only on Fox 11 this morning, the homelessness crisis you haven't seen before.
Yes, unhoused individuals are living underground, it appears, in LA's sewer and storm drain system. Let's go to Mario right now, standing by with more on what you have to see to believe. This is a bit unbelievable. Mario.
Yeah, and no one should be living like this. Roxy and Sandra, good morning. One neighbor referred to it as an underground community, saying 20 different people at times gain access here along Grand Avenue through an uncovered manhole right under that doghouse you see there, where the homeless have been living in filth. Take a look. Cameras capturing a woman climbing out of the sewer system here Monday afternoon. How long she's been calling this area home isn't clear, but inside this storm drain, we saw piles of trash, human waste, swarms of flies, and an overpowering stench. And during weather events, advocates say people without shelter often turn to storm drains and river channels to survive, even though it's extremely dangerous. And frustrated residents this morning we're hearing from say it's a daily occurrence, people going in and out of that sewer drain just a few feet away from their front doors.
People constantly just coming up and down. And yeah.
They just uncover the manhole and go right in?
Yeah, I mean, normally that's not even covered at all. They just pop it up in and out.
There's people like on drugs, like sometimes they're fighting, sometimes people are just like fighting with themselves.
So they relocate them, then they come back, or they move them from here, then they go underneath the tunnel, then from the tunnel they move back or to the other side. And
it's just so it's still an issue?
Yeah, it's just a constant little cat and mouse of who's moving where.
Now, the mayor's office has responded, calling this situation tragic and unacceptable, pointing to years of system failures. And city crews are expected to be out here today at some point, likely with outreach teams. And we've reached out for more information on that. Meanwhile, back out here live, this exact area near 88th and Grand was part of a cleanup effort about 6 months ago. And that's when the city and the state brought in these huge rocks to try and keep people from setting up camp and setting up those tents. And we've already seen some activity around the corner. Residents have said it, that the homeless activity here remains, and a big issue with these sewer systems that are being used by the unhoused. For now, live here in South LA, we'll send it back to you.
It isn't a quick fix, is it? All right, Mario, thanks so much. Appreciate that. In just a few minutes, the LA Unified School Board will hold a special meeting.
That's right. The board will begin the process of stripping the name Cesar Chavez from 2 schools, and Gigi Graciette is live in San Fernando with all the details. Gigi?
That's right. That meeting is set to start in about half an hour at school headquarters on Beaudry in downtown Los Angeles. But we're in front of one of the schools that will be discussed for a possible name change. The Cesar Chavez Learning Academy is here on Arroyo Street in San Fernando. Now, take a look at the video because the Los Angeles Unified School District Board of Education will hold that special meeting today to consider a proposal that calls for the start of a formal process to rename the schools, this one and also Cesar Chavez Elementary School in El Sereno. The board saying it's going to be seeking input from students, parents, and educators on the renaming, and all suggestions must be brought to the board for approval no later than this fall. The move comes as school districts, cities, and public agencies across the country are reassessing honors tied to Chavez following allegations of sexual abuse against the late labor leader. Students here telling us they've all been talking about the possible name change on campus.
Like saying how since all the allegations were Cesar Chavez, they're saying that maybe we should change the name to Dolores Huerta Learning Academy. People have been saying that, but no official word has come out.
What do you think?
I think that we should probably change the name due to how much stuff he did and all that.
Now, we also spoke to students who told us they don't want to see the name change. They point to the fact that Chavez has been dead for decades and can't defend himself. Now, the school board is also proposing changing Cesar Chavez Day to Farm Workers Day, much like the city of Los Angeles already did. They would do this across the district. The day, of course, is Chavez's birthday and a state and school holiday. Again, this is something we're seeing happening across the country. Reporting live in San Fernando this morning, I'm Gigi Gracia. Back to you.
All right, Gigi, thank you. Now we're learning more about why emergency alerts were not sent out before the Eaton fire flare-up. According to the LA Times, LA County's emergency management decided against sending a pre-fire alert, saying the wind event was not a, quote, specific life safety incident. This decision was made despite at least one employee urging management to take action. The fire killed 19 people, mostly in West Altadena, where evacuation alerts came 9 hours late. Critics argue early warnings could have saved lives. The incident has sparked investigations and calls for better wildfire preparedness and proactive alert systems.
At this hour, here are the top headlines coming out of the war with Iran. Saudi Arabia's leader, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, has reportedly been pushing President Trump to continue the war. The New York Times reports the Crown Prince is arguing that the U.S. and military campaign presents a, quote, historic opportunity to remake the Middle East.
Iran is digging in, with military leaders now saying they will fight until what they call complete victory.
Meanwhile, oil prices are back above $100 a barrel as fighting near the Strait of Hormuz continues to, of course, disrupt supply.
And when it comes to a possible end to the war, signals are mixed here. President Trump says talks have been very strong, but Iran is denying any negotiations. New this morning, a union representing thousands of hospitality workers in Southern California issues guidance around the World Cup and immigration enforcement. According to the LA Times, Unite Here Local 11 says employees can refuse to work if ICE or U.S. Border Patrol agents are located inside or immediately outside their workplace. That includes at hotels, stadiums, and airports. In a letter, the union argues its labor contract includes the right to a safe workplace and that immigration enforcement creates, quote, unusually dangerous conditions, citing the violence in Minneapolis. Last year, the Trump administration announced it would deploy Border Patrol agents to, quote, ensure the FIFA Club World Cup 26 is safe for everyone involved.
A California lawmaker is seeking more transparency on ICE activity in California. Berkeley State Senator Jesse Arreguin has introduced SB 1257, which would require the state to track and publicly report immigration enforcement at sensitive locations, including schools, hospitals, and courthouses. Arreguin says that the bill will boost accountability and protect residents' rights following recent incidents at SFO. The measure is scheduled for a Senate Public Safety Committee hearing today.
The Senate confirmed Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin to lead the Department of Homeland Security.
On this vote, the ayes are 54, the nays are 45. The nomination of Markwayne Mullin of Oklahoma to be Secretary of Homeland Security is confirmed.
Mullen replaces former DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, who President Trump fired earlier this month. Mullen is a staunch supporter of President Trump, and he has some bipartisan support in Monday's vote. Even so, his confirmation is unlikely to unlock Democratic support to fund the agency. Democrats continue to demand changes in immigration enforcement operations before voting to fund the DHS. His confirmation comes as ICE agents deploy to 14 U.S. airports.
LA City leaders expected to approve a big upgrade to the LAX expansion project. LA City Council set to take a vote today that would greenlight the project's budget from $13 million to an extra $250 million. The goal is to ease the traffic loop with bigger pickup zones, wider sidewalks, and improved drop-offs. It's all part of getting the airport ready for the 2028 Olympics and giving travelers a much-needed upgrade. All right, 9:10 still to come. Amanda's got your entertainment headlines after the break, including a trailer for the latest Yellowstone spinoff.
Dutton Ranch is filled with themes of power, loyalty, and survival in the American West. But first, traffic.
Your Good Day LA traffic is brought to you by DTLA Law Group, accident and injury attorney. We are looking at real-time traffic. This is an accident on the 101 southbound at Coldwater Canyon Avenue. The delays and the backups are all the way through Van Nuys Boulevard. We also have a disabled vehicle on the 2 freeway southbound at Avenue 40 and Verdugo Road. And last but not least, a live look out at the northbound 5 freeway at Newport. Traffic not so bad. Here's a look at other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DTLA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
I was just talking about Hannah Montana with our producer. She's Gen Z, millennials over here. So Hannah Montana was just a wee bit, we were past that.
Yeah.
Your girls are a little too young for it, right? So our producer's in the middle. But there is a viral post where a woman's husband thought they were two separate people.
Hannah and then Montana?
No, Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana. But that's funny too.
That's funny.
Happy Hanniversary to all who celebrate Hannah Montana. 20 years old, wow. Entertainment sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. We're not going to Montana in real life, but we are going to Montana for this.
Ooh,
look at that.
I like it.
From Hannah Montana to the real Montana. Woo woo. Kelly Riley and Cole Hauser, my favorite characters from Yellowstone, are back as Beth and Rip in Dutton Ranch.
Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my legs give out, can't shut my mouth.
Ooh, I love
Ed Harris.
Love this. The couple has relocated to South Texas, where they face fierce rivals and high stakes. Ed Harris, Annette Bening, and Jai Courtney joined the cast, and it premieres May 15th on Paramount Plus. Now, I know you've watched Yellowstone.
Yeah.
I loved the Beth and Rip storyline on Yellowstone. She played Kevin Costner's daughter. She was a boss. He, in his own right, was just a simple guy who was, satisfied with just going to work on the ranch and everything, and she was larger than life. But they ended up getting together. It's the most loyal, loving.
Well, because they were like childhood,
Yeah, but there is a line in it that my husband quotes to this day. It's Rip looking at Beth going, I don't have the energy for you today.
Yeah.
We love that line so much. I'm so excited to see what they do with the spinoff. He has so many shows, Taylor Sheridan. We just started watching The Madison with Michelle Pfeiffer. I could just be going, walk, 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 walk to Sandra, and she's just so polite. Please give Yellowstone a try.
I like the new cast members, though. Annette Bening.
Well, watch Yellowstone first.
You have to start from the beginning?
Well, you should start from.
You don't have to do 1923, but
no, but you just watch Yellowstone. Just watch the first season of Yellowstone.
That's another show.
Yeah, right.
Because I had no idea.
She thought that was a reference, like 1923.
You don't have to go back to 1923.
Yeah. So the hot story today that we were talking about, Michael B. Jordan, after his Oscar win, now asking for $18 million for the remake of Miami Vice, when originally he was offered a $5 million payday. So we're asking our viewers, this is our poll question of the day, are you happy with your work raises? 39% say yes, always fair, but 47% say no, long overdue. 7% of you are afraid to ask, and another 7% say you've never gotten one. Go to foxla.com/vote. Never gotten one could also be a trick way of saying, like, maybe you're a stay-at-home mother. You don't have traditional raises.
Well, you're not going to get one, unfortunately.
Not gonna get much.
Yeah. What would you do right now if you texted your husband and said, I need a raise? What would they say back?
He would say he needs one too.
Equal rights. Equal rights.
That's right.
Listen, he does the morning routine.
That's
and
true.
That alone is
getting him ready for
a
school.
struggle.
That's true.
Right.
Sandy?
I think we'll both need a break. She's like,
You're like, fine, I need a vacation.
Yeah, exactly. All right, coming up, Dodger Mania. It's growing ahead of opening day for the Dodgers.
We're speaking with the man behind the iconic murals of the Boys in Blue. Robert Vargas joining us after the break with his latest artwork.
welcome back. Your Good Daily Weather is sponsored by Pechanga Resort Casino. A live look out at the Mount Wilson area here. Gorgeous conditions. We do still have some of those low clouds. You can see them there in the distance, but also those hazy conditions, and a lot of that to do with our little low pressure system there hanging offshore, bringing in that offshore flow. So yes, marine layer, but we also have the influence of our high pressure system continuing to drag in those steady, warmer than average temperatures for us, not just today, through the remainder of our week. Here's a look at what's happening out there, much like we just saw in that Mount Wilson camera. We have those clouds, but we also have some fog in place. I'm going to play it out here on our Futurecast to show you our 10 o'clock hour. Things are looking a lot better, especially along the immediate coast. We'll hold on to some of those clouds depending on where you are around the area. And again, that sunshine will be the case today. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward you even more through this evening. The 9 o'clock hour tonight, moving into overnight hours, and yes, tomorrow morning again, we do have the patchy fog in place once again. Our alerts for heat advisory continue through the 8 o'clock hour tonight, and it's going to be for our highlighted region here, so not including the LA area. Those temperatures are expected to range from the 80s through the lower 90s. Anaheim, partly cloudy to start our morning, but you'll see that shift to sunshine. It will allow our temperatures to jump up into the upper 70s to low 80s. Slightly warmer out to the Inland Empire, so Riverside, plenty of sunshine for you moving into our 9 o'clock hour, and we are expecting that our temperatures will top off in the upper 80s to low 90s for you as well. Back to you.
All right, Star, thank you. A big Dodgers tribute is about to be revealed in Torrance, honoring Japanese-born players Shohei, Roki, and Yoshi.
I love how you said it, as if they're your friends. Artist Robert Vargas is joining us live ahead of the big moment. Hi there, good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
This is so exciting. A huge mural to pay honor to the Japanese players. Obviously, you have a big connection to Japan. I know you go there frequently. You have a house there. Talk about the significance of this mural behind you.
Well, this is a follow-up to my mural that I created in Little Tokyo of Shohei Ohtani a couple years back, which was really kind of an ushering in of a new era. This mural is about the collective of foreign-born players that are coming here and really contributing to this community. It's the largest Japanese community in North America. It also happens to be the friendship city to Yamamoto's hometown and Ohtani's hometown, where I have two murals.
Yeah, absolutely. This is awesome. What do you want people to feel, right? So much of art is about feeling when they see this for the first time.
A sense of pride, a sense of community. This mural is really intended to be a bridge between Los Angeles, Torrance, and Japan, but that we're all on the same team. You know, I think that it's so important for us to be allies for each other and to know that we are all rooting for the same team.
Yeah, speaking of which, where's the hype bigger? Because I know you spent a lot of time in Japan. You said you painted 2 murals there and then 2 now here in LA. Where is the hype bigger, here or in Japan, for these players?
Where's the hype?
Yeah.
Oh, no contest. I mean, over there. Over there for sure.
Hey, I feel like we're going to rival that hype soon. All right, well, this unveiling comes just before opening day. This is so exciting.
Yes, I mean, the whole energy here during the creation of the mural has been incredible. Everyone coming out and excited that something like this is happening in this area. It took me about 1.5 years to actually get it here and help change laws to make it happen.
Hey, before we let you go, because I know you're busy, I just have a question. When you started out this morning, was your T-shirt covered in paint, or did that just happen?
I started out yesterday morning. I have not slept. I just got off the wall about 2 hours ago.
No way! Oh my gosh, you're
see my
incredible.
hands?
Yes, I see your hands. Unbelievable. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate you taking the time to chat with us. We'll let you get back to work, get some rest at some point. See you soon, Robert.
Likewise. Thank you so much. Let's go Dodgers.
Go Dodgers, that's right. Great seeing you. Okay, and before we go, we don't want to let you know, we don't want you to forget, that is, about this tonight's going down. Anaheim Ducks and Vancouver Canucks. Games at 7 on Fox 11 KCOP, where it will be televised, all Ducks games throughout the season. So keep it there and keep it here. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back. Good morning. Welcome to 9:30 on this Tuesday. I'm Roxy Carpadian.
And I'm Sandra Endo. Let's take a look at today's headlines. We continue following developments surrounding the deadly runway collision at LaGuardia Airport. Just how fast the plane was going when it hit a fire truck, and one of the pilots now being identified.
Plus, we're getting conflicting reports on the state of peace talks with Iran as the war enters day 25. We have the latest.
And if you want to stretch your dollar, Coco's at Second Harvest Food Bank this morning, where a $25 donation can be turned into a life-saving grocery haul for those in need. But first, a check on weather.
Well, we are waking up to another beautiful day. Now, we do have some haze in place, and we'll see it holding on maybe for about the next hour or so before that sunshine starts to make its way. As we take a look out there right now, we do have some low clouds as well. So that trend will continue through our mornings this week. But otherwise, look at these temperatures. Not just 50s and 60s on the map. We're starting to see 70s pop out. Diamond Dunbar at 70 degrees. Down in Torrance, 63. Burbank, you're at 60 degrees right now. If you are headed out to the Burbank Airport, this is one of those areas that we do have some of that fog holding on, so visibility under 10 miles there. 65 degrees in Anaheim as well. Winds have not been an issue for us this morning. I love to say that. We do have winds going at about 5 to 10 miles per hour across some of the area. Now, as we do get through this afternoon, we may see those winds pick up. So here's a look into our gust across the Antelope Valley, but also some of our foothills, maybe ranging anywhere from about 10 to 20 miles per hour. So rather calm. Advisories have expired for those winds across that area. Our temperatures for the LA area today expected to top off this afternoon in the lower 80s. Get out there and enjoy it. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Star. We are learning more details about an Air Canada jet that collided with a fire truck late Sunday night.
It happened as the jet crossed the runway during a routine landing, and according to officials, a controller gave the fire truck permission to cross the active runway, but then ordered it to stop. Sadly, it didn't, and one of the two pilots who died has been identified as 30-year-old Anton Foray from Quebec, Canada. 41 of the 72 passengers on board were also hurt. One of the flight attendants was thrown from the aircraft, but she was still seatbelted into her seat, which likely helped save her life. One passenger recalled what the moment of impact felt like and how people quickly stepped up to help everyone escape.
The brakes were kind of being hit in a way that was very hard. It was just a very loud bang. And we all pretty much just didn't know whether we were going to make it. They were quickly like, we're going to get the escape door, we're going to get everybody out, we're going to do this in a line, we're going to be organized.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says the LaGuardia Tower is well-staffed, but he didn't say how many controllers were on duty at the time of the crash. The NTSB saying the cockpit voice recorder was not damaged, so investigators will review the data and the surveillance video as well.
There is a lot of debris. We need to go through all of that and to figure out what we need to take back to the NTSB, to our labs, what we might want to collect. First and foremost, what we need to take pictures of to document that evidence. That's all evidence. And we need to document that first. Then we need to collect some of that evidence. Then we get to that. It's going to be days.
Early reports indicate the Air Canada plane was traveling about 104 miles per hour when it struck the fire truck. The accident marks the first fatal crash at LaGuardia Airport in 3 decades.
As many as 150 ICE agents have been deployed to airports across the United States to help TSA workers during the partial government shutdown. Hundreds of thousands of Homeland Security workers, including from the TSA, Secret Service, and Coast Guard, have been working without pay since Congress failed to renew funding for the Department of Homeland Security more than 5 weeks ago. That's led many TSA agents to call in sick or even quit. The budget stalemate has brought about long lines at many security checkpoints. For now, no ICE agents have been deployed to any airports here in California.
Only on Fox 11 this morning, this story of the homeless crisis in L.A.
More of L.A.'s unhoused are sheltering underground in underground sewers, storm drains, and utility vaults. So let's go out to Mario Ramirez to show us the emerging problem here. Mario.
Sandra, Roxia, dangerous and unsanitary conditions right under the street that we're standing on. And just take a look behind me here near 88th and Grand in that sewer drain. You may be able to see 2 people moving around in there. We see quilts and a laundry basket. These underground sewer drains run throughout the city, and they're being used by the homeless. Take a look. Cameras captured a woman climbing out of this uncovered manhole. This was Monday afternoon, yesterday. Inside, piles of trash, human waste, and a strong stench that we could even smell from across the street. Meanwhile, one nearby resident with the local nonprofit Clean LA with Me says he's seen multiple people coming in and out of the sewer drain while cleaning the area, and he's calling on the city to do something about it.
I can't explain that. You know, a person living like a rat, worse than a rat, come on. I've been telling, nobody deserves to live like this.
Pisses me off. That's why I was like, what y'all doing? Finna tell them to clean it up? And you can only do so much, I can only do so much. Like, you know, we can't do it by ourselves. Like, they need to come and do this.
Now, the unhoused, we've reported on it. They've been found living in underground utility vaults near Little Tokyo, old pedestrian tunnels in Los Feliz, and now storm drains here in South L.A. And this exact area was part of a massive cleanup about 6 months ago. But some homeless activity remains. Now more activity in the sewer system. And in response, the mayor's office calling the situation here tragic and unacceptable, saying it's the result of years of systematic failures. Also adding that street homelessness is down 17% in the last 2 years. And if we come back out here to our shot, you can see down the street, RVs lining the road there, under the freeway overpass here, several tents. And the reality is people are desperate enough to camp out in the sewer system. And I talked to a woman who was walking by. She says she's been down there, and these drain systems run deep. You can go down here through this uncovered manhole and make your way out a few blocks away. For now, live in South LA. Back to you, Roxy and Sandra.
Just so heartbreaking to see that, too.
And it can be so dangerous as well.
Sure.
My goodness. Okay, Mario, thank you so much for bringing us that story. The ongoing homeless problem continues here in Los Angeles. I want to show you this. Do you see this image? LAPD is sharing a sketch of a kidnapping suspect in the North Hills area. So detectives say back on March 15th, a man approached two girls, ages 11 and 16. They were walking near Sepulveda Boulevard and Nordhoff Street. He asked the girls if they needed a ride. They said no. A short time later, the suspect approached them a second time, and the girls took the ride, actually. The girls took the ride. Police say the suspect made lewd requests towards the victims, at which point they began screaming for help. They were able to escape. The suspect is described as a Hispanic man, approximately 21 to 23 years old, driving at the time an older model Honda Civic, dark green in color. Also, as a parent, have conversations with your kids. Obviously, they did the right thing the first time.
Right.
I'm not sure what led them to get in that vehicle the second time, but anytime you don't know someone, obviously do not
from a stranger.
Get into their vehicle.
Right. All right, a Santa Monica jury has awarded $19.25 million to a woman who accused Bill Cosby of sexual battery more than 50 years ago. Donna Motzinger alleged Cosby drugged and raped her in 1972 when she was a waitress. After 3 days of deliberations, the jury agreed. The verdict comes after decades of allegations against the now 88-year-old comedian, whose reputation has been shattered by numerous accusations of sexual misconduct. Cosby's lawyer says he plans to appeal. Motzinger's case was made possible by changes to California's statute of limitations. Punitive damages are still to be determined.
A debate for California's race for governor now off. USC canceling today's forum after facing some backlash over which candidates were invited. Critics saying the debate left out every major candidate of color. State leaders excluded candidates pushed back for the event to be opened up to more people. USC saying that it could not reach an agreement to expand the stage.
Developing this morning with the midterm elections looming later this year, the Supreme Court heard arguments in a case that could determine which ballots get counted and which do not. The justices are debating a Mississippi law that allows ballots postmarked by Election Day to be counted up to 5 days later. Conservative justices say late arriving ballots could be susceptible to fraud or suspicion of fraud, sparking concerns of rigged elections. Liberal justices, however, warned a ban on mail-in ballots could disenfranchise thousands of voters, including military members overseas who rely on that grace period.
If the apparent winner the morning after the election ends up losing due to late arriving ballots, charges of a rigged election could explode.
The ballots have to be in by Election Day. I would say
maybe we should have another president now, because wasn't it in Florida that they were counting military votes after receipt?
So with all due respect, that is the reddest of red herrings.
A final ruling is expected by July, which is 4 months before the November elections.
We are continuing to follow developments regarding Iran this morning, including confusion over possible peace talks and the growing concern about the impact on global oil prices. So Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has reportedly been pushing President Trump to continue the war. The New York Times reports that he's arguing the war presents a, quote, historic opportunity to remake the Middle East Meanwhile, President Trump saying negotiations with Iran are happening and even suggesting there's been some progress. But Iranian officials are pushing back, saying those claims are simply not true and no talks are currently underway. At this point, it is unclear whether they're quiet behind the scenes efforts happening or if both sides are just so far apart on what diplomacy even looks like. In all of this, of course, uncertainty remains a fact of reality when it comes to oil and gas prices being impacted. We're seeing crude oil jump back above $100 a barrel as markets react to the possibility of supply disruptions tied to the conflict. Major concern, of course, right now is the Strait of Hormuz, the critical passageway where about a fifth of the world's oil supply, that is, moves through. Any threat to that route can quickly send prices higher. At this point, you know that as well because you're feeling that impact, and that's something analysts are really watching closely.
That's right. Gas prices getting higher and higher. That includes us. So here's a look at some of the gas averages in our area. In Los Angeles and Long Beach, we're seeing $5.93 per gallon. Orange County, $5.89. Riverside and San Bernardino, $5.80. And in Ventura, $5.86.
DoorDash offering extra pay to U.S. drivers, part of a temporary program to help offset rising gas prices. Drivers with a DoorDash debit card will earn 10% cash back on any gas purchase, up from the usual rate of 2%. The program will remain in effect until April 26th.
Union gig rideshare drivers will rally in 5 cities across California today to call for stronger state regulations on self-driving taxis or robo-taxis. Gig drivers and community activists say new legislation is needed to close critical regulatory gaps. Things like how many robo-taxis one remote operator can monitor at a time. In Los Angeles, the gig drivers will rally downtown on Main Street starting at 11 o'clock this morning. Rallies are also happening in San Francisco, San Diego, San Jose, and Fresno.
A harsh reality check for folks on the market for a new job. This is according to a new Gallup poll. Job market confidence has really just collapsed. 28% of workers say it is a good time to find quality jobs. For the first time on record, more employees say they are struggling rather than thriving in their daily lives. That burnout and a 10-year low in workplace engagement, over half of Americans are still on the hunt for new opportunities. Second Harvest Food Bank of Orange County does a lot to help people who need to put food on the table.
That's right, and when it comes to buying food, you can get more for your buck, and Coco McAvoy is live in Irvine with more. Hi there, Coco.
Hey there, and you really said it. Second Harvest Food Bank does a lot for the community. They do a lot to help with food insecurity as well. I'm here with Chrislyn now, who is the COO of Second Harvest Food Bank. So if you can talk about volunteering and how it makes up such a big portion of Second Harvest.
Yes, volunteers are really the heartbeat of our organization. We have over 9 volunteer shifts a week here at the distribution center and at our Harvest Solutions farm as well. And it represents over like 30% of our workforce. So we have, last year we had like 16,000 individuals that came out to volunteer, and they do everything from like sorting produce and packing food, because that's how we get it out into the community.
Yes, and we were talking about how at the grocery store you don't have as much buying power as you do here at Second Harvest.
Yeah, absolutely. Here at Second Harvest, we are fortunate enough to be able to purchase fresh fruits and vegetables at like 21 cents a pound. Where at the grocery store, they can go anywhere from like 89 cents a pound to over $2. So our buying power really is multiplied with all the donations that come to the food bank.
And speaking of that, if you can talk about the misconception in Orange County when it comes to food insecurity.
Yeah, it's actually pretty heartbreaking to me because food insecurity has no face, right? Anyone can be facing food insecurity, especially with the rising costs of housing and gas prices. People, everyday people, working families, working individuals that maybe work 2 or 3 jobs, college students are struggling with whether do I pay rent or buy food. And so that right there is food insecurity, not knowing where you're going to get your next meal. So that's where we can step in, and the community helps us and volunteer helps us.
Thank you so much, Chrislyn, for speaking with us and really talking about the issue that we see at hand today. I know some of those statistics I heard were startling, like 1 in 9 individuals here in Orange County struggling with food insecurity, 1 in 8 when you think about kids. And so it's a really important topic. If you need help or you want to help, you can head over to their website, feedoc.org. I'll send it back to you.
Important stuff there. Thank you so much for being there, Coco. So Easter has arrived. Well, at Krispy Kreme, that is. The donut chain releasing a new Easter basket collection starting today. It includes 3 new donuts. It's so beautiful, isn't it?
They're very cute.
Including an original glaze with vanilla-flavored buttercream dipped in decorative sugar, the strawberry egg, which is an unglazed shell donut filled with white cream dipped in strawberry-flavored icing with vanilla icing drizzles, and then the baby chick, an original glaze dipped in vanilla icing and decorated with a baby chick sugar piece.
That
is
adorable.
cute.
I love it. Okay. Well, coming up, giving animals a second chance at a better life.
Hundreds of dogs and cats on their way to Chicago to help the overcrowding situation at local shelters, and we have the details coming up.
Good morning and happy Tuesday. A quick check-in on our weather showing still the impacts of some of that marine layer. We will see it fizzle out, and of course that's going to be the top of our headlines, those morning cloud and fog activity. We don't have any advisories in place for that dense fog, but it is still there. We are expecting to finish out the month of March with a warming trend. It is going to remain in the 80s here throughout the remainder of this week, and that steady pattern is expected to hold not just in the LA area, but across most of the region. Our temperatures average are at 71 degrees for the downtown LA area. We are coming well above that for today. Not just the LA area. Most of our temperatures are expected to range anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees above their normal. And we didn't quite make it to that record temperature of 94. Like we did last week. We had consecutive days with our temperatures in the upper 90s in the LA area. We also do not have a heat advisory for the Los Angeles basin. We do, however, have the continuation of our heat advisory through the 8 p.m. hour today across our highlighted orange area here. It is expected to see temperatures in the 80s as well as the 90s. And for the Santa Monica area right now, still that haze in place. Temperatures at 63 degrees right now. And we do have a calm wind out there. Outside of the Santa Monica area, 70s already starting to pop out across the area. We'll see a few of them off to the south, like areas like Temecula, but also Palmdale, Frazier Park, seeing those temperatures at 71 degrees. Our mountains come a long way. In the last couple of hours, temperatures were in the 30s. We've already seen them jump up to the 60s. And today, those mountain temps will top off in the 70s. We'll also expect to have some 70s along the coast, and then our interior sections, a lot more of those 80s and a few 90s as well. Back to you.
Star, thank you. Big Bear will close for the season tomorrow, marking the official end of all winter operations. The combination of saturated snowpack and warm weather has caused base snowpacks to basically diminish rapidly, creating less than ideal or unsafe conditions. Some ski areas had about 200 to 300 inches of snow, but most of that is gone now. However, other resorts in the area will still plan to stay open until Memorial Day.
Oh, short season there. All right, dozens of dogs who are about to be euthanized here in Southern California. Well, they're being flown to Chicago for adoption. Paws for Life, Canine Rescue, and Wings of Rescue are behind this effort. Space was needed after 300 dogs and cats were seized in a recent hoarding case in the Antelope Valley. The flight left early this morning with the 103 dogs, which included new moms and their puppies. Paws for Life, Canine Rescue, and Wings of Rescue have saved the lives of about 90,000 animals.
I get a momentary relief of loading the plane and knowing these pets are now safe, but then there's a feeling of absolute dread and terror for the ones we didn't get, and knowing that we're going to have to get back here the next day and get them, and hopefully get them before they're euthanized.
You save one, but you know that there are hundreds more behind that one that need still to be rescued.
That's the reality of the situation. It's not happy.
Rescues and animal shelters everywhere are asking that potential donors and owners adopt and don't shop.
Turning now to the Lady Bruins, UCLA women's basketball is moving on to the Sweet 16. Top seed UCLA hosted Oklahoma State in the second round last night in Westwood. The Bruins were up 19 in the third quarter and then poured it on the fourth. Senior Lauren Betts dropped a career-high 35 points in her final game at Pauley Pavilion. Bruins win 87-68 and advance to their fourth straight Sweet 16. They play Minnesota Friday afternoon.
Some intense moments during March Madness has people talking here. Head coach for Maryland's women's basketball, Brenda Freese, went viral after this heated sideline exchange with guard Oluchi Okinawa. Cameras caught the coach giving a very passionate pep talk there, getting in her face, telling her, "I believe in you, but you've got to want this moment." The athlete later reflected on this moment.
This before, and I'll keep on telling her this until forever. I love to be coached hard, and that's what she does with me every single day. And really what that was a regroup moment for myself, and her telling me she believed in me, because sometimes that's really all you need to hear to get back out there. You know, it's a long game, lots of ups and downs, and I feel like after that conversation, that's when I really went back out and just did what I had to do for my team.
Freese also commented on the moment, saying in part, "We do at times have to have these tough conversations." UMD women's basketball team was ultimately eliminated by North Carolina. I love the passion of the moment in seeing that, because both sides, the coach's side and the player's side, they put so much into it. And it's just kind of that pep talk, like, you go in there, you got this.
Yeah, when you're in it, it's a different kind of adrenaline, obviously.
Right.
And so when you're looking at it from the outside, and if you just see that without the context, you're like, what is happening? That is unacceptable. But then you look back, you step back and you're like, wait, She's
Totally
actually
makes
trying to
sense.
encourage her.
That's right.
And she needed that because it was almost like a slap of reality, right? Like, come on, you got this.
Yep.
And she went in and she got it.
I
so
love that.
yes, I think if you are in sports, have been in sports, or have anything to do with sports, you understand. All right, coming up at 10 a.m., Amanda's joining us with some entertainment headlines. Michael B. Jordan is basking in the glow of his big win on Oscar night. His next project is going to be full of action. We'll get into it.
Ooh, and we are just minutes away from the unveiling of a new Dodger mural by the great muralist artist Robert Vargas, and we'll bring it to you live. Stay with us.
Good morning. Welcome to 10 a.m. on this Tuesday. Here's some of the stories we're covering for you. LA City leaders, they're addressing a very disturbing trend of the worsening homelessness crisis, people living inside storm drains.
And there's new fallout from the sex abuse allegations against Cesar Chavez. Local leaders are meeting right now to discuss renaming schools. A live report just ahead.
Well, we have some gorgeous conditions in store for us today. Once we get this fog out of the way, we will be left behind with sunshine across most of the area. Downtown LA already seeing some of that sun, and we are expecting to see those temperatures jump right now, 66 degrees. Van Nuys also in the 60s, a little lower though, 63 degrees with winds moving at about 5 miles per hour. Our highs today shooting for 70s in the mountains, but also the coastline. Our inland sections can expect to see temperatures mostly in the 80s, and we'll have a few 90s scattered in and across the area as well. Back to you.
All right, we are also just minutes away from the unveiling of a new Dodger mural by the great Robert Vargas, that is. And when that happens, we're going to bring it to you live. First, though, we begin with some breaking news overnight. A massive 2-alarm fire tears through a home in Tustin. Look at this, massive flames from the Orange County Fire Authority from the home right there on Marshall Lane. Firefighters arrived around 1 to find that house completely engulfed with flames shooting through the roof and threatening nearby homes in the area. Crews tried to get it under control just before the roof collapsed. One person was rushed to the hospital. At last check, investigators are still on scene, and of course it's going to take some time to figure out what caused this fire.
We're learning more about why emergency alerts were not sent out before the Eaton fire flared up. Despite dangerous wind forecasted, LA County's emergency management decided against sending a pre-fire alert, saying the wind event was not a specific life safety incident. The decision was made despite at least one employee urging management to take action. The fire killed 19 people, mostly in West Altadena, where evacuation alerts came 9 hours late. Critics argue earlier warnings could have saved lives. The incident has sparked investigations and calls for better wildfire preparedness and proactive alert systems.
LAPD sharing a new sketch of a kidnapping suspect in North Hills area. Detectives are saying that on March 15th, a man approached 2 girls, ages 11 and 16. They were walking near Sepulveda Boulevard and Nordoff Street. He asked the girls if they needed a ride. They said no. Short time later, though, that suspect approached them a second time, and this time the girls took that ride. Police say the suspect made lewd requests toward the victims, at which point they began to scream for help. They were able to escape, thankfully. The suspect, described as a Hispanic man, approximately 21 to 23 years old, driving an older model Honda Civic, a dark green in color. Only on Fox 11 this morning, more and more homeless people moving underground for shelter, especially in downtown and South LA.
This is really disturbing, and Mario Ramirez is standing by to show us the sewers and storm drains they're living in. Mario.
Sandra Araxia, we're in the Broadway Manchester neighborhood of South LA, and throughout the morning here, we've seen at least 2 people here in the sewage drain just behind me. Take a look. We've also seen some bedding here inside and a laundry basket. These underground storm drains run throughout the city, and they're being used by the homeless. Take a look. Cameras capturing a woman climbing out of this uncovered manhole Monday afternoon. Inside, piles of trash, human waste, and a strong stench that we've even been smelling from across the street this morning. And neighbors, meanwhile, say just feet from their front doors, they see it constantly, people going in and out of the sewer system here.
People constantly just coming up and down, and yeah.
They just uncover the manhole and go right in?
Yeah, I mean, normally that's not even covered at all. They just pop it up and in and out.
There's people like on drugs, like sometimes they're fighting, sometimes people are just like fighting with themselves.
So they relocate them, then they come back, or they move them from here, then they go underneath the tunnel, then from the tunnel they move back or to the other side, and
just so it's still an issue.
Yeah, it's just a constant little cat and mouse of who's moving where.
The unhoused have been found living in underground utility vaults near Little Tokyo, old pedestrian tunnels in Los Feliz, and now storm drains in South LA. And in response to this situation, the mayor's office calls it tragic and unacceptable, saying it's the result of years of systematic failures. Now, we can tell you that we put in multiple requests to the mayor, as well as District 9 Councilmember Curran Price, about exactly when or how they're going to tackle this, getting all those people from out of this drainage system here, these underground tunnels. And we can also tell you that we have seen LA City sanitation crews as well as LAPD driving by. They checked the area out and they kept going, so they could be back out here at some point today, but timeline is not clear right now. For now, that's the latest here in South LA. Back to you.
All right, Mario, thank you. Appreciate you being there. Now to the latest on the headlines coming out of Iran this morning. Saudi Arabia's leader, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, saying that he has been pushing President Trump to continue the war. The New York Times is reporting the Crown Prince is arguing that the U.S. and Israeli military campaign presents, quote, a historic opportunity to remake the Middle East. Iran digging in, with military leaders now saying they will fight until what they call complete victory. Meanwhile, oil prices are back above $100 a barrel as the fighting near the Strait of Hormuz continues to disrupt supply. And when it comes to a possible end on this war, signals are mixed. President Trump saying talks have been very strong. Iran denying any any negotiations.
Gas prices, though, do continue to soar because of the war. So here's a look at some of the gas averages in our area. In Los Angeles and Long Beach, we're seeing $5.93 per gallon. Orange County, $5.89. Riverside and San Bernardino, $5.80. And in Ventura, $5.86.
The LA Unified School Board is holding a special meeting right now to begin the process of stripping the name Cesar Chavez from 2 schools.
Gigi Graciette is live in San Fernando with all the details. Gigi?
That's right. That meeting scheduled to last 4 hours at the school headquarters. And this is one of the schools they're going to be talking about, Cesar Chavez Learning Academies here on Arroyo Street in San Fernando. They're going to be talking about changing its name. Now, take a look, because the district's Board of Education will hold this special meeting to consider a proposal that calls for the start of a formal process to rename the Cesar Chavez Learning Academies here in San Fernando and the Cesar Chavez Elementary School in El Sereno. The board says it's going to be seeking input from students, parents, and educators on the renaming, and all suggestions must be brought to them before this fall. Now, the move comes as school districts across the country are reassessing honors tied to Chavez following allegations of sexual abuse made against the late labor leader. Students telling us they've all been talking about the possible name change here on campus, although not all students are aboard.
I've been hearing a lot about that. It's probably like the main talk right now. But I honestly think it's a little unfair how he's getting accused of being a rapist. I mean, is there any proof that he did those things, right?
Since like all the allegations were Cesar Chavez, they're saying that like, oh, maybe we should change the name to like Dolores Huerta Learning Academy.
The school board also proposing changing Cesar Chavez Day, the holiday, to Farm Workers Day, much like the city of Los Angeles did. The day, which is Chavez's birthday, is a state and school holiday. And again, this is something we're seeing happening across the country. Of course, we'll bring you the latest from LA Unified once that meeting is concluded. And that other student went on to say that, you know, Cesar Chavez died 33 years ago and can't defend himself. That was his opinion. Reporting live, I'm Gigi Graciette. Back to you.
All right, Gigi, we'll see what happens there. Thank you. On to this now. Jurors in Los Angeles are struggling to reach a verdict in a high-profile lawsuit. It accuses YouTube and Meta of using addictive practices that allegedly harmed a young woman's health, her mental health. The jury began deliberating March 13th, but told the judge they're deadlocked on one defendant. If unresolved, a partial retrial may be needed here. The plaintiff, now 20, claims the platforms exploited her as a child. Closing arguments compared the companies to predators targeting the vulnerable.
All right, let's check in with Star with us this morning once again. Nice to have you here, Star.
And nice to have you all as well. Oh, look at this. I'm on the beach.
Ooh, that looks so nice.
This is a live look out at Venice Beach. Gorgeous conditions out there. Oh, yeah, moving it around. Palm trees in place. And we do have some of that haze in place. The marine layer really hugging our coastal sections like Venice, but also Santa Monica. We do have our low pressure system to thank for that sitting offshore, and our high pressure system to thank for once again bringing in the heat for us. We are expecting that fog and the marine layer will dissipate as we move through this hour. So by the time we push to our afternoon and early evening hours, things will be quite lovely out there. We do have the reformation of some of that patchy fog moving into our later hours tonight, overnight, and yes, will be in place for us once again getting into tomorrow morning. We have some heat packing in across the areas west of LA. Our heat advisory will go until the 8 p.m. hour today. That is because we are expecting those temperatures once again in the area to range from the 80s to the mid 90s. And here's a look locally. Our planner for the Anaheim area, we are already starting to see those partly cloudy skies that clear out, sunshine moving in, and the temperatures will range from the upper 70s to the low 80s. A little more heat across areas like the Inland Empire Empire. This is a planner for the Riverside area, also switching to mostly sunny skies, and our temperatures across the area due to reach the upper 80s to low 90s. If you had plans on hitting the coastline, note that it is going to be one of the cooler spots today. We're shooting for 70 in Manhattan Beach, down in San Pedro a little bit cooler, and then we have areas like Long Beach that are expected to go into the 60s. Malibu also seeing some gorgeous conditions out there, and most of our sections will see temperatures in the 80s for today. Back to you guys.
All right, Star, thank you. So coming up, LA City Council is about to vote on major changes at LAX.
Local hero jumping into action off the coast of Oceanside. Look at this. We're going to show you what was caught on tape.
But first, a quick check-in on your traffic. It is brought to you by My Home Sold. We have a few areas that need some attention. This is an accident on the 10 westbound at Indian Hill Boulevard. Delays building just in about 5 to 10 minutes. In addition to that, we do have a work zone on the 60 westbound freeway at the 605 freeway connector. So just some stop-and-go traffic in that area. Here's a live look at the 210 eastbound freeway at Knox Avenue. Traffic looks good in this area. Let's go ahead and take a look at some other traffic hotspots.
Hello, I'm Adrian Hernandez with MyHomeSold.com, and we want to buy your house cash. We'll give you a cash offer for your house today. Sell your house the easy way with no commissions, no fees, no repairs. For free, no obligation cash offer. Go to MyHomeSold.com.
Okay, here we go. We want to take you to Torrance, where a brand new Dodgers mural is about to be unveiled.
That's right. Artist Robert Vargas says the 12-story piece honors the team's biggest Japanese stars and wants it to bridge communities in LA, Torrance, and Japan. So there you see a live picture there. The mayor of Torrance, George Chen, speaking to the crowd and supporters. We also saw actress Tamlyn Tomita, famous from Karate Kid and Joy Luck Club, also there to celebrate, as well as so many community members dressed up in their Dodger Torrance gear, right? Getting ready for opening day 2. That's on Thursday. Let's see if they'll pull down the cord and the rope to unveil this 12-story mural that's right there by the Doubletree Hotel in Torrance.
I saw a sneak peek. Who was that? Did you recognize the
Well,
face?
there's going to
be 3 of them.
All the Japanese stars, you know, our friends. Shohei, Roki, Yoshi. You know, the guys we know so well, right?
This is just pretty impressive, though, because this is huge. And he was telling us, we spoke to Robert Vargas a little bit ago. He said he slept like 2 hours, maybe, if that.
You can tell he's been working a lot.
Yeah.
He had paint stains on his shirt and on his
hands,
and
everywhere.
Yeah. Everywhere. And this is really a true labor of love. He's also painted another mural in Little Tokyo, obviously of Shohei a couple years ago when he first came to the Dodgers. And then he's also painted 2 murals in Japan as well. So big contingency over there, of course, for baseball and for these Japanese players.
We're going to listen in.
Remember, Robert? You know, the pieces were aligned, and we started looking at how can we make this a win-win for the city of Torrance, for the greater Los Angeles, for sharing the culture of Torrance and everywhere else, not just locally and regionally, but really get us on the world map internationally, developing the relationship, making Torrance a destination. I think the unveiling today is an exclamation point that we have done it. And we're not stopping here, right? There's still more to do, but we're very happy that we could be part of this celebration. And at this moment, I'd like to give recognize some folks here. Let's see, Fran, maybe I should have, yeah, I think I can do this.
All right. Well, there's the mayor of Torrance, George Chen, and we will check back in with this once they get ready to make the official unveiling.
Oh, wait.
Maybe Vargas is stepping up.
Maybe let's listen.
Maybe I jumped the gun.
Let's see if he's going to
Because
speak.
I did not have a script for today's event. So, Robert, you come here, and I think it looks a little bit better after the unveiling. So is it possible that we do this redo after the unveiling comes down? Is that okay, Robert? I don't know what you're saying. Right, because we want the mural in the background as opposed to the tarp. So if you would invite myself back up, we have some gifts that we want to present to both Robert and Mr. Koo. Thank you very much.
I think we should do it now. You want to do it now?
Let's see. Okay. Maybe they'll unveil it.
All right. All right. Let's get Mr. Koo, Andre Koo here. Yeah. All right. At the request of the muralists, they would like to do the presentation now. So maybe I can ask Jen to help me. What? Yeah. This is maybe Councilman Kaji hold this. Yeah, there you go. Get your hand over there. Okay. Just go right next to Robert. Okay. You can tell this is not rehearsed. Robert, this is what we're about to give you. You've got a proclamation today. These don't happen often in the city of Torrance. The city of Torrance, California is honored to present to Robert Vargas the key to the city. I know that there's been a few Robert Vargas days, but I think I'm going to hold on to it until after the celebration of the 3-peat. To Robert Vargas, the honorary cultural ambassador, in appreciation of his artistic excellence in creating Samurai of the Diamond, celebrating cultural connection and international friendship and the spirit of Torrance, given this 24th day, March 2026, from the city of Torrance. Robert, you are our one and only honorary cultural ambassador, and believe me, only admirals and generals have received the key to the city, so you're among a very few.
Have her, please. Right. One more. Okay, we got one more, Robert.
Okay, are you ready, June?
You want the council?
Yeah, let's.
Okay.
Come on, let's have all the council members. Yes, come on.
Let's widen up a little bit.
Thank you.
Oh,
getting in.
Oh, make sure Mr. Kuhn's in there too.
Yeah, I'm here.
Got it? Okay. My suggestion is let's back up about 5 feet.
Okay,
Because the camera
let's do
was too
it.
close. Okay. Since I'm up here, I just want Mr. Andre Kuh to join me on the side here. Okay. Okay. Okay, Councilman Sheikh. Okay. All right. So next thing. All right. All right. This one is a certificate of appreciation. Awards at Doubletree by Hilton Hotel, Samurai of the Diamond, mural unveiling on behalf of the City of Council of Torrance, California, March 24th, 2026. In recognition of the grand unveiling of the Samurai of the Diamond mural, we extend our sincere appreciation to Doubletree Hotel and its ownership for graciously allowing their property to serve as the canvas for this meaningful work of art by the renowned artist Robert Vargas. This painting not only reflects our city's deep love for baseball, but also celebrates the spirit, diversity, and unity of our community. We commend all those whose vision and dedication brought this inspiring piece to life and contributed to its cultural enrichment of our city. This is for you, Andre Kuh.
Thank you.
Maybe Robert, you stand next. Yeah. And then we'll bounce a little bit so you don't get blocked. Yeah, right. Come a little closer. Yeah, come closer. Yeah.
I'm just inside the van.
Yeah. This way they could take the photo better.
Getting blocked. Sorry. Getting blocked by Matucci.
Right.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Just.
Mr. Vargas.
All right. Okay. All right. We're not done yet. Just stand put. Stay put. Okay. I did not know that Mr. Kuh was going to wear his Dodger shirt today because I was going to surprise him. It's okay. It's okay. I thought I was going to surprise him because I was going to have a shirt that has his last name in the back. All right. Doesn't he look fit?
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. All right. Turn around.
All right. So
turn around. Show your back. Yeah, there we go.
okay. Okay. We'll read the proclamation. Who has a proclamation? All right.
For Robert, yeah. Thank you.
Now you can tell how much we've rehearsed this whole unveiling today. This is the proclamation for Robert Vargas. Whereas the city of Torrance is proud to celebrate the artists as a vital expression of culture, identity, community pride that enriches the lives of residents and visitors alike. Whereas internationally recognized muralist Robert Vargas, a Los Angeles native known for his powerful, large-scale murals and portrait work, has created iconic public artworks across Los Angeles and around the world that celebrates cultural heritage and inspire civic pride. And whereas Robert Vargas has brought his remarkable artistic vision to the city of Torrance with the creation of Samurai of the Diamond, a monumental mural at the Doubletree by Hilton Torrance, South Bay, located on Hawthorne Boulevard. And whereas the mural pays tribute to the remarkable achievements of three extraordinary Japanese-born Los Angeles Dodgers players, Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Roki Sasaki, whose dedication, talent, sportsmanship, and global impact have captured the hearts of baseball fans around the world. And whereas Samurai of the Diamond celebrates the powerful connection between the game of baseball, Japanese culture, and the Torrance community, which proudly reflects a strong and vibrant Japanese and Japanese American heritage and maintains long-standing international relationships with its sister city, Kashiwa, Japan, and its friendship cities, Oshu and Bizen, Japan. And whereas the unveiling of this mural represents a meaningful moment for Torrance as public art continues to strengthen community identity, fosters cultural understanding, and create lasting landmarks for generations to come. Whereas in recognition of his artistic contributions and his role in promoting cultural appreciation and international friendship through public art, the City of Torrance proudly presents Robert Vargas with the key to the city and recognizes him as an honorary Torrance cultural ambassador. Now, therefore, I, George Chen, as mayor of the City of Torrance, California, do hereby proclaim March 24th, 2026, a day that we honor Robert Vargas, honorary cultural ambassador in the City of Torrance, and encourages all residents and visitors to celebrate the arts and cultural connection that enrich and strengthen our community. Signed this 24th day of March 2026.
Quite a celebration there in Torrance as we wait for this mural to be unveiled. There's a large tarp covering it right now, but all the honors going to muralist Robert Vargas. The Samurai Diamond right there on Hawthorne Boulevard along the Doubletree Hotel, all in celebration of the Japanese players on the Dodgers. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hi there, Amanda.
Hi there, girls.
Let's chat until we're keeping an eye on what's happening in Torrance with the mural.
I know. I was watching it. I was following it. This is so exciting.
As soon as it happens, we'll go there.
Absolutely. Let's get into this, though. But first, Good Day LA Entertainment is sponsored by Yamaba Resort and Casino. Roxy, Sandy?
Yes?
If you're looking for something new to watch at home, you don't need me to send Rex.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
What you need me to do is to send help.
As an executive, I see no value in you. You know we have the Bangkok merger coming up. Prove me wrong.
Send Help.
Oh my God.
Stars Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. Two colleagues get stranded on a deserted island as the only two survivors of a plane crash, and they must work out past grievances and work together to survive. So ladies,
it's like Survivor.
Imagine you're stuck on an island with somebody that you have a hard time with.
Oh.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I'll live on one shore, they can live on the other.
What would be your strategy?
Oh boy.
I mean, if you're stuck and it's just the two of you, you're going to have to find a way to get along.
Gotta work together.
You're going to have to.
On the other end of it, if you do get along, like if you and Sandy got stranded, what would be your strategy to survive? Sandy, I feel like you're the hunter. You're the hunter.
What do I do?
You're organized. Everything's going to be super organized.
Do put together a to-do list.
The coconuts would be so organized.
I do arts and crafts.
You've got rows of coconuts, and she's like, look, I mapped all our supplies.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Now you go build our shelter.
Of course.
And go find
I would make signs for help.
You really nice with your feather pen.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And Sandy's the hunter and gatherer. See, look at that. You guys
you'll
would get
bring
rescued.
the entertainment.
And I would bring the entertainment. I'm like, okay, puppet show.
Right.
Shadows with the fire.
Keep our spirits up.
Totally. Speaking of up, let's talk getting raises.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not us. Michael B. Jordan. You know, he just took home the gold for Sinners, the Best Actor Oscar, and now he's looking to take home more green for his upcoming role in the Miami Vice reboot, directed by Joseph Kosinski.
Yeah, well, listen, that show for me was such an important part of growing up. Every Friday night, I'd tune in to see what, Crockett and Tubbs were up to. So it's still very early days, but, really having fun dreaming up what that world's gonna feel like. And obviously taking everything I've learned from all the films I've made and putting it into that story will be an adventure for sure.
Now, Joseph Kosinski is the man who not only brought us F1, he brought us Top Gun Maverick, so no doubt Miami Vice will be full of action. So initially, reports say that Michael B. Jordan was looking at making a $5 million payday for his role in Miami Vice, but after winning the Best Actor Oscar, his team allegedly delayed signing that contract until after the Oscars. And maybe they're glad they did, because now they're negotiating an $18 million paycheck. According to Parade, he was reportedly paid $2 million for Black Panther, plus a percentage of the film's back-end profits. For Creed 3, $5 million, $4 million for Sinners, and now could be getting more than 4 times that for his next role.
Wow. As he should. That's the whole perk of winning an Oscar, right?
Right. I don't know. I would hope so, right? He went to In-N-Out. He goes, they're like, that'll be $9. And he goes, or, I don't know what the perks of having an Oscar, but I'm sure getting more money is on top of that list.
Because you're lending your name, your talent.
More roles.
Yeah.
You get to be invited to the Oscars the next year because now he'll present it to the next Best Actor winner.
I feel like of all things, that's probably the least of his excitement. Like, oh, I get to go back to the Oscars to present it to the next
I would be
winner.
excited to go back to the Oscars because, not everyone gets to go to the Oscars.
I think there's a lot of things he's getting right now.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Maybe dates?
I don't know his dating status.
Is he single?
I guess he's single.
He is single.
Okay.
He brought his mom to the Oscars.
Oh, that's sweet.
I wonder who he'll bring next year.
Next year, that's right.
Well, that leads us to our poll question of the day. Last hour, we asked you, are you happy with your work raises? And we've got 50% say no, long overdue. 35% though say yes, their raises are always fair. Thank you for voting in our poll question of the day. You can scan that QR code or go to foxla.com/vote.
Okay. Thanks, Amanda.
Of course.
All right, we are still waiting for the big moment. You're taking a live look in Torrance right now. There's muralist Robert Vargas. We're waiting for that tarp to drop. 12-story mural. We'll see it soon, right after the break.
Welcome back. People visiting the historic home of George Washington walked away with a little cash on Monday, limited edition coins celebrating 250 years of American independence given out at Mount Vernon. The newly minted Revolutionary War quarters featured images of Washington and a Continental Army soldier at the Valley Forge. And during the giveaway, guess who showed up to say a few words?
These coins will pass through the hands of millions of Americans. And when they do, I hope fervently that they remember not myself, but those soldiers who sacrificed, an entire generation who fought and sacrificed for the freedoms that you now enjoy.
Commemorative nickels, dimes, and half dollars for America 250 will also be produced for circulation this year. A little trivia here. The first time George Washington appeared on an official U.S. coin was on the 1932 quarters, 200 years after he was born.
Wow, 200 years. All right. Good little trivia there. So how often do you pay with cash when you're shopping?
Very, very rarely.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, a new law in New York State makes it illegal for stores to refuse cash payments. They can no longer require customers to pay by credit card or use other cashless transaction methods. They also can't charge a higher price for paying with cash. Stores that violate the new law will pay $1,000 for the first violation and $1,500 each time they do it again. Interesting. All right, Second Harvest Food Bank of Orange County does a lot to help people put food on the table.
That's right. And when it comes to buying food, you can get more for your buck. Coco live in Irvine with more.
Hey there, Second Harvest Food Bank here in Orange County does a lot to support the community, and a lot of their work is supported by volunteers. So I am here with Jenna now, one of the volunteers, and you're here today with a bunch of your team from AAA, and talk about what you're doing here right now.
Right now we're sorting the various donations and repacking them to hand out to the community.
And what inspired you to start volunteering with Second Harvest?
I have grown up in Orange County, and I both live and work here still, and so it's really great to give back to the community.
And what's your pitch to people who want to be part of this and want to help volunteer?
I think it's a great way to spend your time and just be able to engage with the community more. And also, my employer, as does many other employers, gives us the benefit of time to come and volunteer. And I think that's such an awesome opportunity, and you should take advantage of that.
Thank you so much, Jenna. What a great message from Jenna about why it's so important to volunteer, because Second Harvest really does need volunteers, because like I said, a lot of their work is supported through that volunteer work. You can see the volunteers busy at work here this morning at Second Harvest Food Bank in Orange County. And we've been talking this morning about food insecurity as well, and that really ties into volunteering as well, and why this mission here is so important, because like they were sharing some of those startling statistics of 1 in 9 individuals in Orange County struggling with food insecurity right now, and it's 1 in 8 when it comes to children. And so there's always this misconception about food insecurity in Orange County, but the reality is it's a growing issue here in Orange County, and that's why Second Harvest has this mission to really support people in the community. So if you're a person who needs help, they encourage you to go to feedoc.org, and then you can click on a tab called Need Food, and that's where you can find out where a number of local food banks are near you that you can go to get food and to get help. For now, I'll send it back to you.
Such a great resource. Love what they do there. Coco, thank you.
Thank you, Coco. All right, let's talk weather with Star right now. Hey, Star.
Hey there. Good morning, and a beautiful Tuesday in store for us. We are going to get another one of those days where our temperatures warmer than average, and however, we're starting off with the morning cloud and some of that dense fog in place as well. But again, we are starting to see most areas clear out from that, and even the haze will begin to dissipate. We are in store for another warm day, just as I told you about this month. The month of March just completely showing out here across Southern California. We have seen temperatures touch the 90s. Last week, we are finishing out this week with temperatures inland touching the 80s, and it's going to be a pretty steady pattern across most of the area. Here's a look at what we are shooting for today. Now, our normal for this time of the year, our average is 71 degrees for the downtown LA area. Today, we're going for about 84 degrees. Most of the region is shooting to see temperatures about 10 to 15 degrees above their normal. And yeah, we didn't get close to that 94 degree record temperature there. We will, however, see some of those 90 degree temperatures up across areas west of LA. So all of our highlighted region here continues in this heat advisory through the 8 p.m. hour today. And because we could see those temperatures ranging from the 80s to the 90s. Santa Monica, let's check out on your conditions right now. 67 degrees out there. Winds are pretty calm. And outside of that area, we do have a lot more 70s scattered into our 10 o'clock hour here. 70 in Big Bear as well as Ontario. 71 in Woodland Hills, and even Fraser Park getting a dose of those warmer conditions. Our 7-day forecast shows 80s for the LA Inland Orange County area today. We are going to see that steady pattern, just as I opened with that headlines talking about, as we do approach the end of this weekend and then moving into the start of next week. We do have a system that will finally arrive to bring our temperatures back closer to their averages, not just for the LA area. We're going to see that across our valleys, the Inland Empire, our high deserts, our low deserts, as well as our coasts. We just got to get through this week first. Back to you.
All right, Star, thank you so much. We are going to go back to Torrance right now and listen in because we think the moment is almost here where we'll see that mural unveiled with Robert Vargas. Let's go outside.
Shout out to my harbor peeps back there with the cars. Islos is also in the house. There goes the neighborhood, right? We're here. We're here. This mural is a follow-up to the mural that I created in Little Tokyo, which was a groundbreaking mural for the time. I remember painting that mural and people saying, asking, why Shohei Ohtani? He hasn't played a game in the Dodger uniform yet. What has he done for the Dodgers? And those same people were at the last two parades, I'm sure. But it, that mural was about ushering in a new era.